I found a phone while walking in the woods. It was literally like right next to the trail. So, of course, being the good Samaritan that I am, I picked it up. And there was this one specific thing about the phone that kind of piqued my curiosity. I want to preface this by saying that I'm not a hoarder. I don't typically keep things for too long that aren't mine. But this thing is different. It was an iPhone 7 or 7 Plus, which were popular phones at the time. And unlike most of those phones, this one was completely encased in a thick layer of ice. Now, I didn't live far from the coast, so I figured that maybe someone had dropped it in some water that had then frozen over. Or maybe they just took it out in the snow and it got cold enough for the moisture in the phone to freeze. But the more I thought about it, the less sense it made. If someone dropped it into some water, why would they leave it there? And if they left it there, why would they not come back for it? Then I started to wonder if the phone was stolen. Was this some sort of elaborate scheme to get people to find their phone and steal it? I mean, people do crazy things for internet points. What if this person had stage 4 cancer and needed to send one last message to their family before passing away? The amount of scenarios that could have led to this phone being here was driving me insane. The only way to know for sure what happened was to figure out who it belonged to. And there was one other small detail about the phone that gave me hope that I would be able to do exactly that. On the lock screen was a picture of a dog. It looked like a German Shepherd or a Doberman mix, big brown eyes with a white chest, and the caption blue. Honestly, I felt bad. Whoever this dog belonged to must be absolutely devastated without him or her. Of course, when I found the phone, I didn't take any pictures of it, because I wanted to try and find the owner as soon as possible. But for the sake of the story, here's a phone that looks exactly like the one that I found. Before I go any further, I should mention that I tried calling the police. But they said that unless the phone was still on airplane mode or had a tracking device on it, there was nothing they could do. So I knew that if I wanted to find the owner, I would have to do it myself. I first attempted the obvious solution. I unlocked the phone and went through the pictures to see if there was anything that could give me a clue. I went through hundreds of pictures of friends, family, parties, vacations, even some old school pictures. But the more pictures I went through, the more hopeless I felt. None of these pictures had anything that could help me identify where this phone came from. At this point, I had two choices. I could reset the phone and start fresh, knowing that it might be completely wiped, or I could post about it online and hope that whoever lost it saw my post and responded. Honestly, I felt like I had nothing to lose. All the data on this phone wasn't mine, and none of it would be mine to keep. So I posted a few pictures on a local Facebook group, along with the caption, "Found iPhone, no SIM card." The owner clearly loved dogs. Hopefully we can reunite them. And just like that, the phone was out of my hands. For the next few days, all I heard about was the phone. Everyone had an opinion on what I should do with it. Some people said that I should have given it to the police. Others said that posting about it online was the right thing to do. And of course, there were a few people who said that I should have kept it. To be honest, I didn't mind the opinions, but it was the comments that really annoyed me. Every single comment was the same. "What's your favorite flavor of ice cream, or do you like dogs?" These comments made me so angry because they weren't even trying to be funny. And then one comment caught my eye. It said, "Hey, this is my sister's phone. She's been looking everywhere for it. Please DM me." At this point, I had checked my messages so many times that I felt like I was a hoarder. But as soon as I read this, I opened my messages and saw the most beautiful words I had ever seen in my entire life. "Thank you so much. We have been looking all over for it. Please tell me you still have it." I responded and asked where they lived, and they told me that they lived about 30 minutes away. They also told me that they would give me a reward if I brought it to them, which I declined. I told them that all I wanted was gas money. Their response was, "We will pay for gas, groceries, whatever you want. Thank you so much for finding it and not trying to scam us." Of course, I accepted their offer. So the next day, I drove to their house and knocked on the door. When they opened the door, they were immediately crying. And I think it was clear to both of us that they weren't expecting me. Their reaction was priceless. I handed them the phone, and they gave me their number in case I needed to contact them. Then they invited me in for a drink. As we talked, I learned that the phone belonged to their younger sister, and that she had dropped it while walking their dog. Blue had gotten spooked by something and ran off. And in that moment of panic, their sister dropped her phone and didn't notice until Blue came back without it. I was surprised that they didn't call the cops, but they said that they knew how unlikely it was that it would turn up if they did. Their sister came down the stairs and gave me the biggest hug. She couldn't stop thanking me. She even gave me the option to take something from the house, but I politely declined. Instead, I suggested that I should meet Blue, and she agreed. When I met Blue, I couldn't help but smile. He licked my hand and wagged his tail. It was clear that he was a very good boy. And although I'm not a dog person, I had to admit that he was adorable. After spending a little bit of time with him, I said goodbye and headed home. I was shocked at how fast I forgot about the annoying comments. In my head, I kept replaying the look on their faces when they realized that I actually had the phone. I've never seen a facial expression so full of joy. The drive home was filled with excitement because the whole situation was so bizarre. I kept replaying every step of the process in my head. Looking back, there were so many things that could have gone wrong. For example, what if the phone was stolen and the thief wanted it back? Or what if they just wanted to know what data I accessed? I mean, who knows? But honestly, I think the risks were worth it. As soon as I got home, I posted an update on the Facebook group to let everyone know that I had found the owner. To my surprise, their parents ended up seeing the post and commenting. They thanked me for finding their daughter's phone and invited me over for dinner sometime. I responded and said that I'd love to, but to be honest, I have no intentions of going there. It was very nice of them to invite me, but I feel like I already caused enough chaos by showing up once. And now that I'm writing this, I'm starting to realize that this story isn't nearly as exciting as I thought it was. Sure, it's nice that I found the owner, but compared to some of the other stories on this channel, this one is pretty tame. Oh well, at least I have the memory. And if you guys want to hear another story, then check out the recommended video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.